Have you ever lost energy and words? I went, I looked, and my heart started beating so fast. I was just like, woo! No one prepares you for the character development of a carpenter. Hey, because what I experienced, you guys need to draw some lessons from this or Caribbean for some story time. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, karibu sana. So if you've been watching my very recent videos, you learned that I have a different background. I mentioned that I recently made my office. I haven't really done an office tour yet, though I've done like mini tours on my Insta stories, which you can catch up on my profile at Just Margie. So I made I had a vision for this office. I needed to get a very good working space so that I can function well. As a creative, you really need your space. So today I want to tell you the story of a fundi or a carpenter that gave me character development just before I ever show you the room tour or the office tour, which I will in time. Just a little bit of time is needed to hang pictures and everything and make it tight so that you guys can see how beautiful it looks. But I need us to talk about fundis. No one prepares you for the character development of a carpenter. Hey, because what I experienced, you guys need to draw some lessons from this or Caribbean for some story time. Now, so let me take you to where the story starts. So here I am, margiemuga. I've decided I'm making my office. Of course, the first stop is Pinterest. You look at what you want, office desks. That was my first emergency point. I needed a desk that looks beautiful and functional. So there I was on Pinterest, and also I needed a space that's not too official. That's what I had before. I had like an office, proper office desk and a chair. I just needed a space that, an office, a home office. Very functional but very beautiful. So here I was on Pinterest looking at designs, and I arrived at this design that I'm gonna share. I loved how it looked because I was factoring that I'm gonna work with my husband, so we need 2 seats. I factored in that we have a lot of books, so we need shelves. Factored in all those things, and then I factored in the color of the piano, which is a very interesting brown. So I wanted the shelf to have that brown feature. So the theme I was going with was the white and the brown, because there were touches of brown already in the room. So this doubles up as a music room. Yeah, so after you've gone to Pinterest and narrowed down, of course, the next step is to look for a fundi. Now, let me tell you, I don't know why sometimes there's like a devil whispering to you, you try another fundi. Yeah, give some fundi another chance. You know that page on Instagram? That's too expensive. So me, I went online, I looked for pages, I asked them for quotes on WhatsApp. I asked for a fundi that even made my son's bed for a quote. And then I was like, amidst all that, I was taking my time. I went with my sister along Gong Road. We walked. She was looking for a double decker. So I got to, uko kwa ground, I got to see up, and you see the work of the fundi. You don't just do online. Now you're seeing the work. So me, I'm there walking. I'm seeing, this fundi has some quality wood. Let me tell you, fundi wa kitanda si fundi wa desk. Fundi wa kitanda si fundi wa, wacha tu atengeneze kitanda. Anyway, that's bias. But yeah, we stop at a certain fundi, we ask for the double deckers. I see the quality of our beds. I was also looking for a bed. I currently am looking to make my own bed because I sold mine. So I see the beds, they are very hard wood. So I was like, I think because this fundi is not so far from where I live, and because I've seen the actual work, I think this is the fundi that can do it. And then he had those shelves those color brown, the brown features that I was looking for. He had that color in his sets. To be honest, he only had a dining set displayed, a bedside drawer displayed, and a bed. So I think that was his major. So hizi zingine ni minor. If you're bringing like office desk, I think that was now a minor. You know, there you have a major, you've studied something, then you have a minor. I think so. So let's call him Fundi Jack, because I will call him Fundi. There are so many Jacks, but me, if I hear Fundi Jack, bye. So I took his number. I decided to go back there. After I got quotes from pages that I really admired their work, but they didn't have like a physical location, I decided, let me just use this fundi that I have seen the quality of wood they are using. So I went there. I showed him the Pinterest. He told me, these ones we do ni venye client wanachukwanga, so we don't have for display, but this is very simple. Kitanda we are doing, why would this itatushinda aje? Yeah, so there I was, we are sketching dimensions. No, he didn't actually have sketches. So there I was, he was zooming into my photo. I have WhatsApped him, he's looking at hii ni kama mita tatu, things like that. I have given him the design. I have told him how I want it to look. Yes, he has said, let me go to, now we've decided the next step is we go to the house and we measure the wall, because you don't want a very long table. So we measure the wall, the length, everything. We come to the house, he looks at the space, he's like, hii ndio color ya brown. This one we have. This is the space. Hii ni kama mita tatu ya meza. The length tunapima with whatever is here. So we were right on point. Now that day I remember asking him, by the way, my recliner has a problem. Could you check now if you can fix it? You know, we want a fundi one touch. Afanye kila kitu. Stupidity. Oh God. So he was busy checking my recliner. This should have been my first red flag. This fundi did not know how to open the recliner. And he could not even figure out the problem. But he was like, hey, this one we can do. This one, the problem is the spring. Nini. I was like, okay, fine. I'll think about it. Maybe we'll do later. I even showed him the kitchen, because my kabati they're all loose because my son, toddlers. So I was like, I also need this kitchen doors fixed. He's looking, this one is easy, one touch. We just buy material and everything. So Fundi Jack gave me a quotation. We went back to his station and he wrote a quotation. And his quotation became the lowest of all that I had ever, like, you remember I was checking Instagram quotes and everything, and the quotes were ranging between 35,000 and 42,000. So Fundi Jack gave me a quote of 30. Guys, second red flag, because he was doing a breakdown and everything, and I told him, I don't want anything past this and this amount. In fact, I was trying to get it to 25. He was like, no, we are using hardwood, everything, nini. So for some reason we agreed at 30, if I remember correctly. So when we had agreed, he asked for a deposit. I think I paid 20, because I was waiting for Chama money. Chama money came. You want to get over and done with it because you don't want to eat money. So 20. And if I was foolish, I would have done all of it, because me, I don't know, I trust so fast. So I trust you'll do your work. You don't need me to supervise you. And I trust that you will deliver. But thank God I didn't send him all of it. So, but because he said the materials are quite expensive, he did a breakdown and he said 20 would help him get the material. So I gave Fundi Jack time. I sent money. Then I gave him time. Then I remember the first photo he sent me to update me, and I think I'll link it here. And I was like, okay. It was the table and the drawer, and it was not painted, but everything just looked kienyeji. So I was like, I'll come to the workshop. So by the time I was going to the workshop, he had painted now. So I went after like one week or 1.5. Now, the day I went to the workshop was a Saturday. I remember very well because I was going for a wedding. Have you ever lost energy and words? I went, I looked, and my heart started beating so fast. I was just like, woo! I said, where is Jack? First, he wasn't there. Oh, Jack, I'm at lunch. Jack has gone for lunch. Jack is coming. Okay, sawa. So right now I was dealing with another man over there who was trying to say, hii kitu ni smart. Hii kitu ni smart yawa. Why are you not getting? Woni, venye hiyo design yako tumechora vizuri. So I was like, can I just talk to Jack? Because one, the floor plan, the way you place furniture on the floor, it was unproportionate. So they've put something on the edge to tell me that the floor is even, but the table is moving like this. So I said, let me call him. So I call him and I tell him, I'm at your place and I think I'm losing my breath. Nilimwambia, Jack, niko kwako na sina nguvu, uko wapi? Akaniambia, I'm at a workshop, can we do tomorrow? So me, tomorrow, I said, fine. Now, actually, that was Friday, so that now on Saturday before I go for the wedding, I decided, let me go. Maybe something will have changed. Maybe this was the wrong item. So now we go Saturday. I go, I find him, and I'm like, Jack, Miss Pendi, can you maintain? And he's like, kwani shida iko wapi? Where's hii kitu ni mzuri sana. Hii kitu ni mzuri sana. So the table was there. It wasn't proportionate, as I've said. If you touch one side, it hangs. And then the drawer that is supposed to go under the table was not at the same height as the table. So they're showing me that the drawer fits, but I'm telling them, can it really slide on an even floor? Can we slide the drawer under the table? And they're like, hey, measurements, yawa. We can't go wrong with measurements. Hey! Well, so I was there. I said, Jack, I'm not happy with your finishing. First, let's look at this table. The table has been painted, but it has bumps. So it's not smooth. So if you place something and you're writing, you feel every bump of the paint. So he was like, kwani ulikuwa unataka tutumie spray gani? Which spray did you want us to use? I was like, I think you've done it the very kienyeji way, and for the amount of money I'm giving you, I feel like this is not worth it. Secondly, the drawers were like the kabatis of kitambo. You see, the way today you have drawers you can pull, and then they have like a slider at the side that way, and then you return. The drawers were like the older ones where there's just a piece of wood this side and a piece of wood this side, and then they hold the drawer. So anytime you're pulling out, it just comes out. There's no stopper, nothing. Plus, it's the wood. Who uses wood on drawers anymore? So I was like, apana, this quality is bad. The paint had spilled over on the drawer to the sides. The paint they had not even painted inside. They were like, apana, we can't paint it. Paint inside, how? So inside is just a cupboard which has chalk writings, which has written drawer 1, drawer 2, hey! I was having a headache. So any point I was giving him, he was countering. So I decided, let me call backup. I called my husband. And then he comes, and then he looks, and then I give him all my concerns. I tell him, talk about the finishing. The finishing is not done well. That drawer is not good. Ask them if they can do that drawer again. Because that drawer, the painting had spilled over. Things were just not okay. So he comes. I'm thinking I have someone. Hey, umeleta mzee, now you have backup. But the shock also took him, and he was speechless. So he was like, so hii ndio, so hii inaingia hapa. Na uko sure inatosha? So that was not helping me. To be honest, I remember the number of which was just what? Okay, lakini mumejaribu is a serious optimist. Lakini umejaribu. I can see what you are trying here. Maybe you can do, he was trying to correct politely. Maybe ufanye finishing, utoe hii rangi kwa hapa, upake rangi ndani, madam afurahie. You have tried. Jack is like, I was trying to tell madam. Now the person I have brought has rukad me, or so I think. Then we go to the car, and he tells me, hey, hapa ni kubaya. How much did you spend? I was surprising him. I just say, I don't want to talk about the money. So I told him, you do the finishing. Me, I'm not going to pay you. So the shelves, I've talked about the drawer. What did I find of the shelves? I found 2 wooden bows. 2 of them with a dent. So they were supposed to be at his sliding shelves. So they're supposed to be 1, 2. So it's opening from this side and another third one, which he didn't factor in. So now he's like, "Ai, madam, kwa hii picha kuna tatu. Maybe you add money." I'm like, "You didn't say. First there's 1, 2, 3 with sliding. So you're opening something that's sliding halfway. So halfway remains open and the other one should slide and it remains open, 2 layers. First, he had 2 and then he's trying to slide the wood and then they close. But now he can't open because think the office has a wall, so it can't open. So already there was a problem. He's like, no, maybe tuweke handles. I was like, yeah, let's try handles. Let's put handles. So he's like, add money. So I add money. And then he buys the handles. And then now it's remaining the day for coming to the house, which I was so busy. He was trying to push. I think at the end of the day, he just wanted his balance. So when now they come home, that day that I'm home, they bring the desk, they bring the table. He wasn't there. So his people come. And true to it, they put the table and then they try to slide in the drawer and the drawer doesn't fit. So I asked them, can you cut the drawer so that it is, level so that it can enter in? Madam, unajua tumetumia board huwezi bomoa, board huwezi kata, you have to destroy the whole thing. I'm like, who told you to use it? That is what is used on drawers. But I'm like, I asked you about the measurements. So what do we do? So they're there quiet, they're looking at me. Higher, the shelves, they can't even be hanged because Jack is the one who said, I'll do the drilling because he has to drill the walls. Remember, I live in a rental. So he'll do the next day. So I call him and I tell him, I told you, this table can't fit. Now see what we have landed in. Don't worry. Hiyo ni kitu kidogo. We'll come up with a solution. That's a very small thing. So Jack comes the next day. Jack comes with 2 wooden things that look like this. Like 2 wooden boards, this size, 4 actually, like this size of a kibiriti. They are wooden box shape like this, 4 of them. So he wants to lift the table and pin this down on the sides. Number 1, he was ruining the aesthetics of the table. I was just like, oh no. So you want to, madam, we just want to raise the table and then the drawer can enter. I was like, no. You're not going to do that. You're not going to, now it was going to look like something forced, something cheap. It was just horrible. It was so horrible. He comes with another foodie who wants to drill. So now when we are looking at how to drill the shelves, is when he's realizing what I was telling him, that these things can't slide through. If you put the closing of the shelf, the ones he's made aside, the 2 white things, the shelf will close. There's no way to open because there's a wall. So that guy for the drilling is asking Jack, hey, are you sure? Are you sure it'll work? First, the things that were for holding, the brackets that he were for holding for the shelves, he had forgotten them. So he's come with the person for the drill, but he does not have those things. He has forgotten them. But even so, he wants to start drilling. So because he has promised this guy he's gonna pay, but he wants to start drilling, and then he comes and puts the brackets later. I was like, how would you drill and you don't have the brackets? How are you measuring? With your eyes, you're measuring how it will, the shelves will stay on the bracket. Easy vitu nimefanya sana. I can just use my eyes. I was like, no. So anytime he was in this office and I was leaving, my instinct was like, tell him to try again another day. Like, get this man out of your house. So I trusted my instinct. I told him, I don't think I'm happy with everything. I don't think I like your organization. You've come here now with something for drilling. You're not seeing that these shelves won't open. You want to destroy the landlord's wall because you have not measured anything. So perhaps if you're measuring vibaya, the next time I'll have to drill another area. And that for me was just dangerous. I could not trust him. So I told Jack, please leave. Jack akaniambia, hey, madam, hatuwezi toka bila balance. So now I have a drawer that can't enter under, a drawer that can't be destroyed, or the way you can take to a fundi to repurpose this drawer, they could not. I have shelves I can't hang. I have brackets for closing the shelves that can't be used. I remember they stood at my door because they are like, you have to pay the balance, I have to sort my fundis, nini. because I did not want confrontations. I really hate confrontations. I just paid the balance and I told him, get out. And I have never seen him again. Okay, I have ever seen him, but I told him, yani in my head, I did not want to ever see that man because I was traumatized. If you know how it feels to use your chama money, it is that money you've saved. So now I was left to call another fundi called Mike and ask him, what can we do? I have this drawer, I have this desk, and I need shelves. What can we do? First, Mike came and just laughed. The painting, it was like, what? Si hata angekufanyia the spray painting ya Ganya, the way they use for cars, because that's how professional ones do. Hey, that's what I had asked Fundi Jack. Akaniambia, madam budget haiwezi. Hiyo budget, hata sisi hatuna hiyo machine huku. Hatujawahi tumia. So, long story short, I had to hire another fundi called Mike, who had to now sit down and check what he can use. He told me the wood that I had, the bows that were supposed to be the shelves, those ones were for beds. That's why I'm telling you, leave fundi wa kitanda to be fundi wa kitanda. So he could not use anything. He just told me, when you need a bed, you give me these bows, I'll help you. But this one, if you put it on a wall, you're going to destroy the wall because of the weight. 2, he can't repurpose the wardrobe, the drawer, so we just have to start afresh. That is how my journey with another fundi came to be. And that is how now we had to cough out the same or more amount of money to now get my home office. Honestly, cheap is expensive. Please get it from me. If you have not learned, compare prices. And if the gap is too wide, cheap is very expensive and it will cost you. Also, don't leave too much freedom to these fundis that you've left them, now they're just doing their things. No. Go to the workshop, see what they're doing. Me, I learned the hard way. Has a fundi ever given you character development? Because I lost 30,000. Now I have the courage to say, but even when I was sharing on Instagram, I did not have that courage because my heart was palpitating. So please, to make me feel better, share your character development stories on my comment section. Let me know, what did that fundi do? How did that story end up? So that on the next episode, I can finally show you how we transformed my office on one of these next episodes. How the now fundi who came called Mike was able to do a fresh design. Kwanza kama fundi wako andiki sketch, red flag. Jack had no sketches. So on the next episode, I might just show you guys now how the office looks and how much it costs to do whatever we did, and how Fundi Jack's items are just still lying in my house waiting for the day I'll make a bed. I hope you enjoyed this story time. I hope you learned something. But all in all, please share in the comment section your character development of a fundi. And if you meet Fundi Jack, run. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.